Welcome to Edupedia World. In this module, we will learn the meaning of economic planning and economic growth. Economic planning. After adopting the mixed economic system, the next important step for the government was to revive the poor, backward and stagnant economy inherited from the British rule. For the development of Indian economy, it was necessary for the government to plan for the economy known as economic planning. Economic planning is an organized, coordinated efforts to achieve social and economic objectives in a given time period through optimal case of economic resources. According to Professor H. D. Dickinson, it is the making of major economic decisions what, how and for whom to produce by the conscious decision of a determinate authority on a basis of a comprehensive survey of the economy as a whole. The Industrial Policy Resolution of 1948 and the Directive Principles of the Indian Constitution assigned a leading role to the public sector. Private sector was also encouraged to be part of the plan efforts. To make economic planning effective, the Government of India set up Planning Commission in 1950 with the Prime Minister as the chairman. The purpose of the commission was to carefully assess the human and physical resources of the country and to prepare the plans for the effective use of resources. The Planning Commission fixed the planning period at 5 years, which began the era of 5-year plans. Now the question arises that what is the meaning of plan? Plan is a document showing detailed scheme, program and strategy worked out in advance for fulfilling an objective. Reason for making plans? Planning is done to achieve some predetermined goals within a specified time period. It involves detailed analysis of the problem at hand and making conscious decisions to solve them. Duration of each plan. In India, plans are made for duration of 5 years and are known as 5-year plan. And what is the content in plan? So our plan document not only specify the objective to be attained in the 5-year of plan, but also what is to be achieved over a period of 20 years. This long-term plan is called perspective plan. The 5-year plans are supposed to provide the basis for the perspective plans. So, Planning Commission of India was set up in March 1950 under the chairmanship of Prime Minister with the purpose of assessment of human and physical resources of the country, to prepare plans for optimal utilization of resources so that there can be full employment opportunities in the economy, and to determine the priorities and alternation of resources. So this is the meaning and purpose of economic planning. After understanding the meaning of economic planning, now we come to the need and importance of planning in India. Planning Commission defines economic planning as economic planning implies utilization of country's resources into different development activities in accordance with national priorities. Under this, we can go through the points of need and importance of planning in India in brief. The first point is to break the vicious circle of poverty. The planning was done to remove the poverty in our country. Second point is for priority to the social interest instead of individual interest. Third point, to maintain the fair balance between the present scenario and the future scenario. Next point is for the optimal utilization of resources in the country. Next importance is to build social and economic infrastructure in the country so that economic backwardness of the country should be removed. Next point is to increase the capital formation in the country so that to make India a developed economy. And the last point is for removal of social inequalities and controlling economic fluctuations. So these are some of the points for the need and importance of planning in India. Now we come to economic growth. What do you mean by economic growth? It is a continuous process which results in an increase in the real national income and per capita real income in the long run. It is a quantitative concept which results into an increase in country's production capacity. It also implies either a larger stock of productive capital or an expansion of service sector like trade, banking, commerce and transportation, etc. We will understand economic growth with the help of the following indicators, that is growth, modernization, self-reliance and equity in the coming slide. Indicators of economic growth. In that, the first point is growth. The stagnation during the British rule forced the planners to make economic growth as the first and the foremost objective of Indian plans. Growth refers to increase in the country's capacity to produce the output of goods and services within the country. Growth implies either a larger stock of productive capital or a larger size of supporting services like transport and banking, or an increase in the efficiency of productive capital and services. A good indicator of economic growth in the language of economics is steady increase in the gross domestic product, which is also called GDP. GDP refers to market value of all the final goods and services produced in the country during a period of 1 year. Increase in GDP or availability of goods and services enables people to enjoy a more rich and varied life. The GDP of a country is derived from the different sectors, that is like agriculture sector, industrial sector and service sector of the economy. In some countries, growth in agriculture contributes more to the GDP growth, while in some countries, growth in service sector contributes more to GDP growth. The contribution of each sector makes up the structural composition of the economy. Next indicator is modernization. Indian planners have always recognized the need for modernization of society to raise the standard of living of people. Modernization includes adoption of new technology, that is, it aims to increase the production of goods and services through use of new technology. We can understand this with the following example. A farmer can increase the output on the farm by using new seed varieties instead of using the old ones. Similarly, a factory can increase output by using a new type of machine. Second thing that modernization includes is change in social outlook. Modernization also requires change in social outlook such as gender empowerment or providing equal rights to women. A society will be more civilized and prosperous if it makes use of the talents of women in the workplace. Now we come to the third indicator, that is self-reliance. The third major objective is to make the economy self-reliant. Self-reliance under Indian condition means overcoming the need of external assistance. In other words, it means to have development through domestic resources. To promote economic growth and modernization, the 5-year plan stressed on the use of own resources in order to reduce our dependence on foreign countries. The policy of self-reliance was considered a necessity because of two reasons. First is to reduce foreign dependence. As India was recently freed from foreign control, it is necessary to reduce our dependence on foreign countries, especially for food. So stress should be given to attain self-reliance. And the second reason is to avoid foreign interference. It was feared that dependence on imported food supplies, foreign technology, and foreign capital may increase foreign interference in the policies of our country. And now we come to the fourth indicator or fourth objective, that is equity. The objective of growth, modernization, and self reliance by themselves may not improve the kind of life which people are living. So it is important to ensure that benefits of economic prosperity are availed by all sections, rich as well as poor of the economy. In addition to the objectives of growth, modernization and self-reliance, equity is also important. According to equity, every Indian should be able to meet his or her basic needs, that is food, house, education and healthcare, and inequality in the distribution of wealth should be reduced. In short, equity aims to raise the standard of living of all people and promote social justice. So these are the four important, you can say, indicators or objectives of economic growth in our country. Thank you for watching Edupedia World videos.